where did you go last holiday?
Last holiday we went to Labuan Bajo. How about you guys?
Oh, us? We went to Japan, but instead of Tokyo, we went to Osaka, Kyoto, and also Gifu. Have you guys heard about Gifu?
No, never.
Can you please tell us more about the details? We might consider it as our next destination to travel.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
Let's
Okay.
just
Yeah, thank you. So we have this PPT, and first, when you guys went to Japan, we would recommend you to visit according to the seasons. So, first of all, Japan has 4 seasons. First one is summer. Second one is spring, fall, and also winter. But we recommend you to go from March to May, which is in the spring season, because you can feel the beauty scenery by the sakura blossom and also the autumn leaves while the weather is still in the middle of cool and warm.
before you guys go to Japan, you guys should prepare a few things to bring. The first one is of course your passport, and the second one is Japan transport card, like for example Suica. And then for access the internet, you guys have to bring eSIM or pocket Wi-Fi, and also don't forget the international adapter, because as you guys know that Japan use different power outlets. And next one we have of course the food that you guys should try. We ate sushi, gyukatsu, and also Japanese noodles. And we recommend you to experience new things such as standing sushi bar, and also try another type of fish. Next is Osaka. So Osaka is well known with their food and shopping street. There are Dotonbori and Shinsaibashi. And also you guys should go to this historic landmark because it's only in Osaka Castle, and there are traditional attractions to visit, and also there are theme park and some other traditional experiences to try. And in Dotonbori and Shinsaibashi, you guys can try some street foods, for example like yakitori, takoyaki, taiyaki, and also nalantan.
Yes. So after we went to Osaka, we moved on to the next city, which is called Kyoto. So Kyoto is known as the traditional city in Japan, and as you guys can see, these are the places we've visited before. The first one is Fushimi Inari Shrine, which is, you know, the Torii Gates that is famous with the red colors, yes, and it's located in Kyoto. And then the rest one, we went to Nishimi Markets, which is basically like they sell traditional foods and stuff. And also we went to Nisho Castle, the traditional castle, and Kyoto Railway Museum, which has over 50 railways. So the next one, we went to Gifu for the last time. So in the last day, we went to Gifu. We spent days in Takayama. Also, we went to Shirakawa-go and Kanazawa. In Takayama, we visited the Takayama Old Town, which they have like some kind of traditional foods, just like in Kyoto. Also, we went to Hirayu Onsen ski resorts because we went in winter, so they have like this ski resort. And also, we went to 2 places more, which is Kida Food Village and also Miyagawa Morning Market in the morning. And the rest days, we went to Shirakawa for 1 day, and also we went to Kanazawa to explore the lively village. That's all from us. How about you guys?
Okay, so well, we already told you that last holiday we went to Labuan Bajo. So first, we're going to talk about Labuan Bajo itself. So Labuan Bajo is a beautiful destination in eastern Indonesia, known for its natural scenery and local culture. It is also the gateway to Komodo National Park, where visitors usually visit to see Komodo dragons, and usually some tourists likes to go to the Padar Island and the famous Pink Beach in Labuan Bajo. Also, the area is also popular for its snorkeling and diving because of its clear water and rich marine life. Besides nature, Labuan Bajo also has strong Mangrove cultural traditions, including such as like traditional villages, unique dances, and local food, which is quite tasty. And this makes Labuan Bajo a place where visitors can also enjoy both nature and culture in a simple and authentic way. And then the next one is about the culture and the history of Labuan Bajo, which will be explained by Patrick.
Okay, so Labuan Bajo was originally a small fishing village on the western tip of the Flores Island. Its name comes from the words of Labuan, which is harbor, and Bajo, referring to the Bajo people, a seafaring community known for their life closely connected to the ocean. For centuries, the area functioned as a simple harbor where fishermen and traders stopped while sailing between islands in eastern Indonesia. During the colonial period, Labuan Bajo was influenced by Dutch control in Flores, but it remained relatively underdeveloped compared to the other regions. After Indonesia independence, the town slowly grew as a local port and center of fishing activities. A major turning point comes when Komodo National Park was established in 1980 to protect the Komodo dragon and marine ecosystem. In recent decades, Labuan Bajo is transformed into an important tourism destination and was designed as one of Indonesia's super priority tourism areas. Today, it is known worldwide as the main gate to Komodo National Park, blending its maritime heritage, Manggarai culture, and natural beauty with modern tourism development.
Okay, now the next one is the events or festival that usually happens in Labuan Bajo. So when we visited there we experienced 3 events that happen in Labuan Bajo. The first one is the Komodo Festival, where a culture and tourism festival featuring traditional dances, music, arts, and exhibitions to celebrate Komodo National Park and local culture. The second of all, the event that we experience in Labuan Bajo is the traditional Manggarai ceremonies, where it's events such as Caci dance performance. It's actually often held during cultural celebrations or to welcome important guests. The third and the last ceremony that we experience in Labuan Bajo is the Sail Komodo or the sailing events. It's where the maritime events that involve such as yachts and boats sailing around Komodo National Park. Its purpose is only to promote the marine tourism in the Labuan Bajo.
So the next thing is the places that we visit in Labuan Bajo. The first one is the Komodo National Park, which is home of the famous Komodo dragon and stunning marine life. The second one is Padar Island, which is famous for its breathtaking viewpoint and unique hills. The next one is the Pink Beach, a rare beach with a beautiful and pink colored sand. And the last one is Kanawa Island, which is a small island with white sandy beaches and vibrant underwater life if you love to snorkeling.
The next is the cultures of Labuan Bajo. When we visited there, we noticed a few cultures that is different and new to us. So what are the cultures that we found? Is the first one is the social system. It's where the Manggarai people live in a communal society that values cooperation and mutual assistance. Decisions are made collectively and guests are treated as family as their own in Labuan Bajo. The second of all, the interesting culture that we found is their cultural values. This where their culture is emphasized respect for nature, spirituality, humility, and harmony. Nature is seen as sacred gift that must be protected. And the last of all that we found is their cultural heritage. This where there includes the Mabru Nilang traditional house, the Caci dance, Ikat Ibing, and Flores coffee, which actually represents Manggarai identity and traditions in Labuan Bajo.
Okay, so the next thing is our recommendation of food that we eat in Labuan Bajo. The first one is sei, which is a smoked meat, usually a pork or a beef, a signature dish of East Nusa Tenggara. The second one is ikan bakar Flores, which is a grilled fresh fish with the local spices. And the last one is jagung bose, which is a corn porridge cooked with a coconut milk and a traditional Manggarai food.
Okay, and so here are some tips for safety traveling in Labuan Bajo if you guys are actually interested in going there. So the first tip that we offer is to follow local guides and rules. It's where you guys should always listen to guides, especially in Komodo National Park. Komodo dragons are actually wild animals. We should never try to approach them alone. Second of all is to choose a licensed boat tours. Use official or well-reviewed boat operators and make sure the boat has life jackets and basic safety equipment if we're sailing, because we have to prioritize our safety over anything. The third of all is watch the weather and sea conditions. As you can see in Indonesia, the sea can get rough, especially during certain seasons like rainy seasons, as like right now. And we should avoid forcing trips if the weather looks bad. As I said before, we should prioritize our safety. The last of all, the tips that I can give you is be careful when snorkeling or swimming. As you can see, when we use snorkeling or swimming, we should swim in the safe areas, because like there could be some dangerous sea animals that we don't know, and it could lead us to dangerous possibilities in the end. Okay, so thank you for listening. I hope you guys can want to go to Labuan Bajo next time.
It sounds new, and we love to share this with you guys, and we'll probably visit it next time.
Yeah, me too.
So, how about you guys?
How about you guys?